What is a good thing happening in the US right now that people aren't aware of? There is a new treatment for my brain cancer. There have been no advancements in like 40 years. I should be able to take it next year and it will hopefully delay my tumor growth. It's pretty exciting. I have done 2 clinical trials. One did not pan out. The other one they won't have the information for probably another 610 years. Because of Mark Cuban extremely cheap online pharmacy where you can get your prescription drugs for fractions of what major retailers like CVS or Walgreens sell them for. Now CVS is beginning to switch to this model, so hopefully cheaper medicine for everybody will increasingly become a reality. After some really scary news in the late bee populations have been steadily on the rebound. The sea stars on the west coast are returning after suffering a wasting disease a few years back. There's a guy in my hometown who hides thousands of dollars outside a children's rehab center. Then calls the front desk and they have a little scavenger hunt until they find it. They then use the money to help families buy holiday gifts. No one knows who he is. But over the years, he's given over $100,000. It's usually front-page news when the year's donation comes in. A breast cancer vaccine is in early clinical trials. We've discovered a drug that places a significant pause on multiple sclerosis progression and are in trials for what could very well be the cure. The IRS is testing a program in 2024 that will let most people file their taxes for free right at their website. So that should save people a little cash this spring. This has been making news for the last few years, but still fun to share. River otters are returning to their natural habitats. They were almost wiped out across the US and Canada because of pollution, fur trading and development driving them out of their natural habitats. But thanks to efforts to clean up waterways and reintroduce the otters, they seem to be thriving and cropping up all over the country. In my city, Chicago, they were even spotted in the river last year and hadn't been seen there for decades. Edit. I find it utterly delightful that everyone is commenting with their otter sightings. Please continue. We're killing cancer. Look at cancer survival rates over the last 5 years. Despite everyone stuck on their phones all day, outdoor recreation has been trending up, which means people are enjoying all the great nature the USA has to offer. Every year in Atlanta and surrounding areas, Clark Howard and affiliates raise donations to give literally every single kid in foster care gifts of their choosing for Christmas morning. They make the quota every year, and participating in it is a Christmas tradition at my house. Google Clark's Christmas Kids and give what you can. Beekeeping and wildflower yards. Many folks are starting to actually do something to stave off ecosystem collapse by keeping honeybees and ditching yards for wildflowers and green spaces. Can we have more of these types of posts, please? One of the accounts I follow on Instagram just did a fundraiser to pay down medical debt around the country. RIP Medical Debt does what typical debt collections companies do and buys medical debt for pennies on the dollar. But instead of trying to still collect on it, they just forgive it. We raised over $1 million in a week, and it is going to completely forgive over $100 million in medical debt. It's a pittance compared to what's owed overall, and the healthcare system overall is a whole other thing. But it's going to change thousands of people's lives, and I think that's amazing. I look in my community. COVID has changed a lot. Ordinary people are helping out ordinary people either openly or in secret. There's a hole-in-the-wall Mexican restaurant near me. Not great food, but good amounts for cheap. I wondered why it had so many customers. They feed the homeless in the community. Some come and ask for food. Or some help at closing and in exchange get food. They never say no and happily give them food and even ask if they want chips and salsa. As a way of contributing, customers leave huge tips. When my friend was diagnosed with breast cancer, her old next-door neighbor couple took care of her yard and checked in on her. Detroit is supposedly making a comeback. A bill that could potentially end civil asset forfeiture, meaning cops and DEA officers etc. can't just take your money, cause having cash is suspicious. It has bipartisan support. I recommended talking to your rep if you support it, cause the alphabet people agencies are going to fight it. Edit. Clarify, I meant the three-letter agencies. FDA approves cure for sickle cell disease. The first treatment to use gene editing tool CRISPR. https www.nbcnews.com/health/healthnews/FDA approves cure sickle cell disease first treatment use gene editing RICNA 127,979. If they can use CRISPR for sickle cell, cancer isn't far behind. Dolly Parton's Imagination Library sends out free books for kids under the age of 5. Completely free of charge.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.